But note the CompuBox line that you see as Bud lands 48% of his power punches. The typical top welterweight lands 37%. That if you're going to talk the talk, you better walk the walk. It was meant for this guy right here. It is time to do what you said you're going to do. Defend your turf.
Went over the rules in the dressing room. Keep it clean. Set yourself for that turn. Let's do this.
Celestino, welterweight championship of the world.
See both guys right now trying to figure the range out, the speed, the distance.
He wants Crawford to come forward and attack.
Crawford giving him a smile and a little nod of the head when he went with that jab to the body. Tim, you like the early work with that jab of Benavidez.
He's going to have to out-jab Terence Crawford.
We're going to take just one short break here and then back to Crawford and Benavidez. Stick around. Counter-punching to fire it off. Fire comes at you, you come over with the counter-punch that matches up.
Absolutely, and that's how you need to do it. There he is.
And there he goes to the body. It was a left hand to the body from Crawford.
He can concentrate for 36 minutes and figure it out in there.
Good exchange. That last round saw the body work from Bud Crawford.
He says Terence Crawford ducked him. I don't find any evidence of that. But in boxing, the imagined slides are usually more important than the real ones.
Jab going from there. There's another body shot that got around.
Bud Crawford stepping in behind the jab. You see the peekaboo defense there, even though
the left arm of Benavidez.
Because Benavidez, like I said, is a great counterpuncher. He has a good right hand.
Doubles up the right hand that time, does Crawford. There he works his way to the inside and included yet another body punch.
The right knee is the knee that was shot. A bullet went through the femoral artery. It fractured the bone.
From Bud Crawford, who has had so much success going to the body in this round, taking control here. One of the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. That's Terence Bud Crawford, trained by Brian McIntyre, a.k.a. Bomac, who's with Bernardo.
It seems that Terence is getting his rhythm here. What did you tell him? What do you want for round 4?
I told him to keep his hands up. You can get closer to him. So after you get closer to him, then you start going to the body, come back up to the head.
And you said, watch out for that right hand. Tried to go to the body there, but went up top. Now he comes sweeping across that belt line and came up short.
And he's looking to just create things, different angles by switching southpaw.
I got news for you, fellas.
I think he's boxing him beautiful. You know, he's making minutes. You know, he can't feel the punch. Look, he's getting hit. Look at that, you know. But, of course, you got to go with the crowd, whatever you guys say. But I think he's doing really beautiful. He's going to the body. He's catching him with those straight right hands. Look at that. How can you tell me that? Look.
Sure did. And not running makes a good night for you, the viewer, and these fans here. And by the way, in terms of the way the crowd reacts, they very much knew what they were getting themselves into. So much so to the point that José Jr. said, hey, this fight's not going a distance. I can't let that happen here in his hometown.
A little politicking by José Sr. there.
And use a little bit more angles and confuse Benavidez.
A guy who sits number 1 atop so many pound-for-pound fighter in the world list. The guy who was number 1 pound-for-pound retired.
This is more than most people imagine from José Benavidez, but it's not more.
He'll use that jab occasionally, but he'll wait on you and he'll fire some combinations back at you. Great counterpuncher. And he has good speed.
As a fighter, was based on those sparring sessions. He's never been in with anyone like that, except for when he was a kid.
Interesting moment right there as Bud came in and then the right hand came in at a downward angle. Good exchange right in the center of the ring.
Like the champ said, he's catching Crawford on the way out. Crawford had a tendency of doing so, getting off and coming right back.
By Crawford that spiked this crowd here. You saw him double up that left hand. Now he gets right into the kitchen of Benavidez. And he let him go again. Three-punch combination and another right hand to the body from Bud Crawford. As Ward has it 58-56 for Crawford.
Crawford right now controlling the outside. That's why he's able to land these shots. Looks like the movement of Crawford has Benavidez standing still.
I think that Crawford's fighting a little up.
Bernardo has been monitoring both corners. What can you tell us, Bernie?
I see Benavidez breathing hard, and I think Bud is in a great place.
From Bud Crawford, Tim.
Here it is. Crawford right here, making a miss, making a pace short. Left hand right there.
He came in, and Bud came at him.
Now Benavidez is willing to cover up right in front of Terence Crawford. That's a huge mistake.
He's tired.
He is tired.
Moments ago, round 8. Is this the start of where Crawford takes control?
Willingness to attack from Benavidez that I did earlier in the fight.
Covering up like that doesn't work out so well. You know who else notices it? The guy opposite him. Crawford. Three-punch exchange, including a left hand that splits the guard of Benavidez.
And of course,
Crawford comes in, left hand, right to the body. Good exchange to close out the 8.
concession that the way to win this fight, in answer to Joe's question, is that right hand coming in.
Andre Ward with an even 6th round, but still Crawford up 78-74. Many ringside have it 5 rounds to 3. Crawford.
Look at the beautiful work by Crawford, changing levels, going downstairs to be able to land some combinations up top like that. Right hook right there. Look at the feet. How he just got out of range right there. Angles out right there. Terence Crawford.
He made the point before, that jab looks good when he throws it right above the knee, walking his dog. Actually, it was a cat, too. It was an exotic $10,000 cat at midnight in Phoenix. Someone targeted him, and he knows it.
Benavidez attack. He's standing right in front of Terence Crawford right now, not really using his jab. I want to see Terence Crawford turn it up a little bit more on Benavidez. He's there to be hit. Nice stinging body shot right there from Crawford. This is exactly what Crawford needs to do. He needs to stay close, work the body, blocking counter.
Benavidez with an offensive output. Crawford comes right back. Short left hook from Benavidez. Benavidez a little more willing here in round number 10. And Crawford always that way. World champion, pound for pound elite. In 6 minutes for Benavidez to try to find the answer. Look at the power punches now. Crawford comes into this round having landed 100 of 238 thrown.
We talked before about Crawford basically torturing guys who've antagonized him.
Maybe looking at a go for broke 12th round from the undefeated challenger as Crawford brings it a little bit.
There it is again.
Sent off balance.
Check hook.
Well, time is of the essence. He trails well behind on the scorecard. Crawford is easily in control, and he's got 2.5 minutes.
He would become, he's got to sell out right now.
Got to risk everything, right, Tim?
Got to go for it. And he is. He's trying. He's trying to stop Terence and put combinations together to the head and body.
but where is that body shot we saw in the 4th round? Sitting on the ropes and shaking his head is not how we want to end this fight, however.
Oh! Crawford gets him! My, oh my! What a shot! Half a minute. Let's see how he goes about it. Best in the world. At home. Is he the finisher they all expect him to be? He is. What a huge right hand, and he has done it.
I believe Terence lands an uppercut, a right uppercut, a punch he never threw the whole fight. Short uppercut. Then he follows up to finish him with a right hook. Benavidez
declaring the winner by way of technical knockout, still the undefeated